Oh, she's here, actually. Should we just have her first?
Hello. I don't have access to turn on the camera.
All right, and we are live. Okay. So, hello everyone. A warm welcome. This is Phil, and this is Let Us Talk It weekly Wednesday webinars. So, this is a free webinar, and this webinar aims to give back to the community through free knowledge sharing. And in terms of free knowledge sharing, we invite guest speakers, professionals from different part of the world, in order to have them share their insights, their personal experience, their expertise, and how they have overcome the hindrances that they have faced throughout their career and to where they are now. So, Let Us Talk It is an initiative of Cogent Integrated Business Solutions. So, they're an IT company based in Detroit, Michigan. And yeah, they wanted to give back to the community. Hence, they created this webinar platform, Let Us Talk It. And we call it Zipinar, not webinar, because we try to zip in two topics in one session. So, two topics in one webinar in order to maximize the information being shared and gathered, and to minimize the time consumed, because everyone is working or maybe at their desk right now listening or watching throughout live. And for those who are watching, you can join in Zoom. You can watch us on YouTube, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn as well. All right. So I'm very excited to introduce you the two speakers that we have invited today, and also the topics that they will be sharing with us uh, for this evening, morning, or afternoon, to from wherever to whichever part of the world you are watching us right now. All right, and yes, for the first topic that we have today, uh, sugar trade made easy. So bank or break. So the final gate. So discover to why sugar deals fail at the bank, and how to stop yours from being one of them. So in this session, our speaker will talk and will help us to uncover the most misunderstood gatekeeper in international sugar trade, like the bank, from SBLCs to proof of funds, and learn why deals collapse post agreement and how to make yours bulletproof. Right? And this is not our speaker is not a first time speaker here, and he's a returning speaker and very indulged into speaking, definitely, and wanted to make it as a career. And for today's session, he wanted to give back to the community as well, to the knowledge that he has. And he's a managing director of CapFix in Malaysia, and the founding chairman of the Asia Africa Chamber of Commerce, and an entrepreneur, sought after conference speaker, and best selling author, and an expert in agri commodity trading with deep knowledge and hands on experience in international market entry and development on Asia and Africa. So please help me welcome Sir RJ Leo. Hello, Sir RJ. How are you today?
Yeah, thank you very much, Phil. Great to be back.
Definitely, and pleasure is ours that you wish to share more of the knowledge that you have in commodity and commerce. So
Yeah,
we are excited.
definitely. Yes, definitely. Yes, yes. You learn things every day. It's good. It's good to share so everybody can grow together. Mhm.
That I agree exactly. So yes, you can have your presentation up here, and we're excited to
Okay.
hear about the talk.
All right. Okay. Do you have it?
Yes, sir. It's starting. You can put it on presentation mode.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. All right.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. This is definitely good evening. I'm here in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. My time, at 12 midnight. So I'm most likely living in your future. It's Thursday now of the week, right? Sugar Trade Made Easy is one of my speaking series in my community platform. I do it because in this okay, first of all, I'm not sure how's our audience profile for today. So please excuse me if some of the terms I use a bit alien to you. I try to use a very simple languages so that everybody can understand and appreciate it. I do this because mainly for sharing and hopefully because in the commodity business, the market is very chaotic, it's very volatile. So I see a lot of people struggling and I like to share my knowledge whenever I can to help my fellow colleagues in the industry can have a easier road. Okay. Okay, this is my previous presentation, but I condensed it about 20 minutes. As I mentioned, in fact, this is the third episode of my sharing sugar trade made easy series. I shared the first two, why sugar deal fails, getting your sugar daddy is the second one, and today I'm talking about bank or break, the final gate. You see, every 2 weeks I share this topic with my fellow colleagues in the industry. And what I focus on the biggest pains of all the commodities industry. A little bit of myself, my career advancement. I for 25 years in the corporate C level, in the top management. I sit in the boardroom and making policy and strategies. And I have a member of management buyout. So we own the share of the company. I sold the share, cash the money out, and become an entrepreneur. This was probably 18 years ago, it's a long time ago, right? And year to date now, I have 30 years of fast-moving consumer goods FMCG experience in over 25 countries. My job is like Marco Polo. I identify the market, I formulate the entry strategies, I go in the market and sell the products. This is what I do. This a little bit on my company, CatFix. We connecting global trade, we empowering the shared success. In our that dictionary, we work as a platform. We have the buyer and the seller all in our platform. We now have two verticals. CatFix agri commodities focus on the agricultural products. The other one is CatFix Energy. That's on the those are EN590 or ethanol, more on the renewable energies. Underneath, I have three verticals to support. One is CatFix Fin Trade. This on the trade financing. Because in our industry, some buyer have the difficulties to issue financial instrument. So this division will help them to generate the instrument for example, SBLC, for them to buy sugar. Tonight, I'm talking about only one commodity here, and that's sugar. And the second part is like what Phil said, we have this CatFix trade talk. We have executive speakers focusing on the commodity businesses. So all these are successful entrepreneurs in the commodity industry. So we have that in our trade talk and share the knowledges. And the other thing is a CatFix commodity AI, where we offer the AI services to the commodities producers, like in Brazil or Argentina, so that they can help them to predict the pricing and also the climate for their crops. And all this, we have this mentorship because I see, in my opinion, that there are gaps in the market. And if we do it properly, any one of us can make some good money. And this is my hope we can help you to generate financial freedom, right, for your family and for yourself. CatFix corporate flower, most of the company may not have flowers, but CatFix we have flower. Why? Because we really need something that keep us motivated. Sunflower is our corporate flower where we never say die, even in the most darkest moment. We need this spirit in the commodity industry. Today, I'm focused on sugar only because there are a lot of commodities. There are hard commodities, soft commodities. Sugar is considered a soft commodity. Hard commodities are those like the minerals, right? Soft commodity are those agricultural producers. Why I suggest we should focus on sugar when you do the commodity business, because this is one commodity where you have daily inquiries. You don't need to go away to look for buyer. The buyer will come to you. So this is the best news for any sellers. And when we sell minimum 12,500 metric tons. It's a vessel, smallest vessel, to 100,000 metric tons a month, and maybe even more. But just at the smallest 12,500, we normally can sign one order for 12 months. So the good news is, once you sign the order, you have a 12-month sales, right? So this is a good thing. So your 1 hour job is well spent. If the commission, you just get your $1, it will generate 12,000 US dollars per month. So this is why I'm excited to share with anybody, even you do not know about commodity business. Listen in, and you may like to participate, because this is one way to generate good income for yourself. So what I talk about tonight, 4 things. Why top 100 banks matters in the commodity business. And what are the top 2 payment methods, most popular methods in this industry? And what's the proof of fund? Because this require $1 million investment. So what are the proof of fund? The seller want to see that you had the money to buy. And escrow for payment. How does this escrow come into the picture? Okay, just for your information, 25% of sugar deals fail. It's not because of price, not supplies and demand. It's because of the bank, right? They all die because of the bank, because banks are very stringent. So some of the business, the order can't even take off because of the decline by the bank. I run a mini poll in my LinkedIn, and this is what the result. I asked them, what's the biggest bank issue killing a sugar deal? Okay, so almost half of the respondents, the 40%, say the buyer cannot issue SBLC and DLC. Of course, because if you do not have the financial strength, it is very difficult for you to participate in this game, to buy, because it involves millions of dollars to buy the one vessel of minimum 12,500 metric tons. Second one is the 30% say the bank can't use a top 100 bank. Yeah, because if a buyer company, if their financially is not that strong, they wouldn't be able to have their account open in the top 100 bank. Therefore, it's very difficult for them to issue the instrument and buy sugars. And number three, 20% say bank causing delays. Yeah, because there are millions of transactions every day. So why should they bother you, right? So, I mean, we need to find a way to get attention to speed it up. And last one is 10% say that the sugar deal die because of the proof of fund. Means they cannot generate the required documents to convince the seller to sell to them. Okay, let me zoom in. Let me dive into the first problem. Why top 100 bank matters. Okay, why? Because if you're in a top 100 banks, it shows that the credibility of the buyers, right? Because you're in the top 100 bank, you're not in just another simply any bank. You're in the top 100 like HSBC. Then the seller will look at you. Then the instrument will be easier to be accepted by the sellers, and the processing will be easier because they trust the bank that you use, and they will have fewer due diligence on you and the bank. So this process will be smoother. So what are the determining factors on top 100 banks? What decided? Okay, it's normally determined by assets and capitalization. These two, how big the buyer own the assets, and what's the capitalization, right? And where do you find them? Where do you find the list? You can go to the banker, the S&P, or the Moody's. You can see the list in the bank. But some of the general and common banks, top 100 used in this industry are HSBC, Citibank, right? Even some of the China bank, right? You may have the perception that China may be a little bit backward, therefore their bank is a bit backward and not in the top 100. You are wrong. The world's top 100 bank, top 4 spots are occupied by banks in China. Okay, I repeat, top 4 banks in the top 100 bank list are from banks in China. So they are very, very huge and powerful, right? So don't thought they are a China bank. No, they are huge. Yeah. What happen if there's no 200 banks in your country? You know, some buyer may not have the 200 bank in their country, and this normally happen in African countries. They don't have. So what happened? So what they do is they can use their local prime bank and then appoint a top 100 bank as their corresponding bank, right? But this sometimes may not be accepted by the seller, right? So seller may reject. So it's important to ask early. Don't jump into the issuing of the instrument, then later on reject by the seller. Ask first, do you accept my instrument from this prime bank? But I have the top 100 corresponding bank, right? So SBLC and DLC, for those who may not know the terms, SBLC stand for Standby Letter of Credit. DLC means document documentation letter of credit. So SBLC and DLC, there are two types. So what are the difference? These two are the most commonly used payment method in the commodity world. SBLC, we call it MT760 Shift Code, guarantees payment. So meaning what it means is that when they place an order with the seller sugar, right? When they ship the ship before they ship, they load the sugar into the vessel. When it's done, the buyer need to do the telegraphic transfer money to the seller. In the event that the buyer cannot and not able to transfer the money, meaning not able to pay, the seller will use this document, go to the bank and claim the money. So in a way, this guarantee payment. So the seller is safe when they prepare all those sugar. DLC is conditional payment. It's spelled very clearly, right? The payment from buyer will only be paid once the seller has fulfilled some conditions. So the DLC is the conditional payment. You done this, then I give you the money. Right? Before the issuing bank issue the SBLC and DLC, they need to issue the pre-advice, means they issue bank notice, send a notification, like WhatsApp, no, to the receiving bank, telling that, hey, my client is ready to give you the instrument. Are you ready to accept? So pre-advice is important as a notification. Because sometimes the receiving bank may say, no, I don't accept your bank. You know, your bank is a non-rated bank. I'm sorry, I don't accept. Then the whole deal collapse. This is why some deal collapse, not even go to the shipment yet, or they collapse at the bank level. Why? Because the receiving bank, which normally very big, right? And they decline to receive the instrument from a non-rated bank. So it's gone. So the real deal start only when it clears into seller's bank. Some of the new intermediaries, you know, they're very happy, excited when the minute when the buyer issue the instrument, or they go to celebrate champagne, whatever thing. But too bad, the harsh reality is you need to wait until the instrument has been accepted and received by the receiving bank, then you start celebration. Okay, for CapFix, a little bit marketing, we do help the buyer who have problem to issue SBLC or DLC from the top 100 banks. So they can always come to us, then we can assign our financial partners to assist them to issue the instrument for them in order for them to buy and proceed with the process. Okay, proof of funds. Okay, this is important. Sometimes the sellers, because they never know you, and there are a lot of buyers in this market. That's why we have a daily letter of intention to buy every day, right? So the seller, they do not know which one is real and which one is a scammer, and they do not know whether this buyer had the money to buy in the first place. So they may ask you, okay, fine, you're interested, give me the proof of fund that you really have the money to buy. Okay, so there are two very common documentation to do. One is BCL, means bank confirmation letter. So bank confirmation letter is easier. The bank BCL only confirm the fund availability at that moment in time. Therefore, this is not really a good proof of fund, because once you generate they put the money in the bank account and BCL is generated, the buyer may move the money away from the account. So they may not have the money to buy, but they got the documents. So this is not really a good proof of fund. RWA is a more solid, ready, willingness, and acceptance to proceed. Right? No, ready, willingness, and able, to proceed, RWA. So this document will confirm the funds availability in the bank of the buyer and the buyer's readiness to act now. So the bank had a duty, the issue bank, to first check their client, which is the buyer, that they really have the money and that they really have the ability to buy. In this case, normally the buyer will have the line of credits, not just the money, the line of credit. And the line of credit is always there, just like your OD or draft facilities in your personal or in the bank facility. So the bank know that you have this facility to buy. Therefore, they will issue the RWA for the buyer and send to the seller. Please take note that these two documents are not legally binding. It's for information only. So that means the seller cannot go back and say, hey, you told me you have money, but you don't, right? So it's too bad. The seller has no legal ground to do any legal action against the buyer. It's just for information only. Escrow payment method. This is one method which is could be a solution for some of the buyer who do not have the top 100 bank, or especially the buyer in the African region. Right? What do they do? Escrow account normally managed by the escrow agent. Escrow is more popular in the West, maybe the US, maybe feels more familiar, US or Canada, but not really popular in the East, like where I'm sitting now, Malaysia, East. They're not that popular, right? So why they're not popular? Because the lack of confidence in the escrow agent. Because you're going to move, imagine 300,000 of cash into this account, or some millions into this account, so-called third party, and hoping that they'll keep the money safe and use it to pay the seller. What if this escrow agent run away with the money? Then you're in big trouble. So this is the problem with escrow. Even though escrow agent is governed by law in many countries, but the lack of confidence is still the number one reason why this escrow payment method is not popular, especially in the East. Okay, please allow me to take a few minutes to share my mentorship program. I want to explain to you why I want to offer this. Right? Number one, I really found there's a gap in the commodity business. If you can manage it, right, participate in the intermediary or connect the buying and selling, you can actually achieve financial freedom because the money is good. Imagine just now, I give a calculation of 12,500 metric tons. If you had only $1, you had 12,500 US dollars every month for the next 12 months, right? What if the buyer buy 100,000 metric tons a month, and the standard commission in the market is $5? That's 500,000 US dollars per month. So I want to teach you, and even the beginner had zero knowledge about this commodity business, how to do it, so that you can benefit from the financial freedom. The other one, of course, I'm looking for like-minded global partners to join my platform. I need more partners. Today, I have 21 partners across 16 countries, right? But I need more, right? Okay, a little bit on this one. I think I don't want to do too much marketing here. Maybe it's not very nice. This give you some idea. Now, this is what I'm going to like. I have 2 hour session of a mentorship group session group together, US $280. I'm giving an offer now up to 23rd of May. This one, anybody will walk away with a very clear roadmap and a strategy plan. Which market to go first, how to remove the time stealers, and what are the early signs of the deal may collapse so that you can concentrate and do the necessary repair. I also offer one-on-one mentorship, right? I handholding. I work together with you on the real order, real deals, right? Once you graduated from this 12 month, I will extend my invitation to you and join me as my Catfish Global partners. From here, you will get a lot more commission. Just now, I give example of $1 commission. Once you become my partner, you'll get up to $7 commission, right? You can multiply with the volume. The standard volume in the market is about 100,000 metric tons a month. So it's a huge volume. And we can also do some additional commission, right? Okay, before I close the session, I just want to warn everybody there are a lot of sharks, a lot of scammers in the commodity industry, unfortunately, because the money is good. Everybody come here to look for quick money. So there are a lot of scammers. They want to cheat you, right? Your money or your transaction. So just beware. Always go to the trusted platform or the trusted seller and the buyer. Okay. If anybody would like to know more about us, this is our website, catfixasia.com, or you can follow me and join as a friend at my LinkedIn account, rj.liao. Thank you very much.
All right, what a wonderful talk. And
Yeah.
also, for those who are interested in trading, especially with commodities, make sure you follow Sir Argelio and visit his website,
Okay.
catfixasia.com. We have a question here, sir, from
Okay.
Raha. Like, what are some of the most common mistakes traders make when they are trying to prove their financial capability?
Okay. You mean mistake made by the trader, you mean?
Yes.
Okay. You see, trading company is you see there are few things, there are few levels. There are different stake player in the commodity business. Some are the buyer, right? Some are the intermediaries. When you say trader, I think you're referring to the trading company who want to buy sugar. So what are the common mistake? Is it some of the buyer they thought buyer is the king. Therefore, the seller had to follow their condition. Right? So I like to remind you in the commodity business, is complete the other way around. Seller is the king, right? Buyer is nothing. Buyer has to follow everything the seller say, including the procedures, right? So to impress the seller, as I mentioned just now, it's very important that the buyer use a top 100 bank to issue the instrument. But because of the mindset where the buyer think they are superior, they are paying the money. Therefore, the sugar seller should listen to them and accept whatever bank they use and the instrument they issue. So this is the most commonly made mistake. Right? This is why, and this is also one thing that I want to share in my mentorship. Remember just now, I look at the early sign. Many intermediary or the first time intermediary, because they wanted the business so badly, right? So they can just accept any letter of intent from the trading company without asking them one important question. What's the name of your issuing bank? A lot of intermediaries do not ask this because what they care is they receive your LOI and submit to the seller and start the process. But but I want to remind everybody, if you're into the intermediary side, always ask the buyer, what's the name of the bank that you use? You see, imagine just now the trading company, right? If they tell me, when I ask this question, they mention probably a prime bank in their country, but not in the top 100 list, I will probably tell them, I'm sorry, the seller will not accept your bank. So that means as an experienced facilitator, I can tell you immediately. So you save your time by processing the LOI, get the FCO order, from the seller, and wasted 1 month. And we come to the bank decline, right? So this is the most common mistake made by the trading company. Yeah.
I see. All right, thank you. And I hope that has covered the question, Raha. Thank you so much for interacting. Anyone
Okay.
else who has a question or inputs before we move to the next topic? You can unmute if you wish.
Okay. Right. Okay.
All right. So if there are no any questions, we can move to the second topic. Anything comes up, you can put it on chat, or you can just connect directly to Sir RJ on LinkedIn, and you can definitely send him a message. He's very approachable and responds
Mhm.
almost instantly. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Sir RJ,
Right.
for the wonderful topic. And
Thank
moving
you.
to the next topic that we have for today, which is a completely different topic or area that we will dive into. So we were on commerce, and now we will be going back to technology. And the next topic is about cloud gaming. So discover the world of cloud gaming and how it works, its benefits, and the future of gaming beyond high-end hardware. So about this topic, this session is like tailored for like gamers and technology enthusiasts, and the speaker that we have invited today is not a first time speaker here in Let Us Socket, but is definitely a passionate game developer making waves in the industry, and will guide us through the incredible world of cloud gaming, and also talk about discovering how it works, like how the game is changing, uh, the benefits, and what the future holds for gaming without high end hardware. So, here, get ready to level up with our speaker, uh, Akshali Jain, for the second topic. Hello, Akshali. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. So we're excited to hear about this topic. If the first topic was about commerce and trading, and the second topic that we will be hearing from you is for the current trend with the teenage and the teenage in heart, definitely that are still in gaming. And yeah, we'd like to know how it is changing right now, and yeah, what are the things that you have brought us today?
Sure. So, firstly, I haven't prepared any presentation. I have my points and I'm just speaking that because of some. So, can I start now?
Yes, you can.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank RJ because his session was very nice. And I also got to know about sugar trade. Thank you very much, RJ. And thank you, Phil, for inviting me here. It's really thankful that you invited and you are creating this kind of sessions where we can all come and spread our knowledge. And this is a great initiative, as always, I told you, right? So I'll start now. Okay. So I'll start with the basic understanding of what is cloud gaming. How can we, what actually does it mean? How can we have cloud gaming within our own device, within our own hardware? Or does it matter if you have a high-end hardware? Does it matter if you have a PlayStation or if you don't have a PlayStation? Does it impact your money? So I would be giving a brief, or I can say my knowledge about this, like what I know about cloud gaming, how it's affecting, what are the advantages, disadvantages, and what are the big names who are working currently in cloud gaming. So let's start. So firstly, let me explain you what is cloud gaming. Cloud gaming is a kind of, it's a video streaming. So in which you have a video game streaming within your device. Doesn't matter what your device is. It eliminates from you to use a high end hardware, and you can use it in a low end hardware as well. That's where the best thing come out of cloud gaming. So, for example, I'll tell you that you all must have used Netflix, and Netflix is the most common thing in which we have the video streaming, right? So it's similar. You can understand the cloud gaming streaming, in which you would be having the games on your streams, but it would be interactive rather than only watching. That's what cloud gaming is. So first thing, the best thing is you don't need to have a big amount of money in your bank to buy a good hardware. You don't need to have an expensive things like PlayStation and something like that. You can play it anywhere, you can install it anywhere, you can play it either on TV, smartphone, device, or whatever feasible for you. So I hope this was the basic thing about cloud gaming. Now let's move. What is the how we have evolved through the generation? Or I can say from cartridges to CDs to digital downloads to I can say games and mobiles and games and PCs, games in PlayStation, and then now we are on a stage where we are having a cloud gaming. So cloud gaming basically connects you with a server, and in server you can play easily. So this shift is from, you are having from cartridges we have shift to cloud gaming, and it's been evolving by time to time. We never imagined that we can play kind of a game, triple A game within a small mobile device as well. That's the best thing of cloud gaming. So it matters because you should have a high 5G speed, and 5G is evolving day by day, and you should have a high speed internet. If you have a low latency, then high quality can't be, you cannot have a high quality if you have a low latency. But if you have a good speed internet, then you would be having good streaming, and you would enjoy a game on whether you're sitting in the corner of the room and you have a very low device, but you have a good Wi-Fi. That's the best thing. Now, so let's discuss what's the benefits of cloud gaming, right? So cloud gaming is, as I have already told you, that it's about server connection, it's about you can play it on smartphone, TVs. But what are the actual benefits of cloud gaming? First and foremost thing is, if I talk about points, it's accessibility. You have a good accessibility. You can play it on any device, and it doesn't require anything, it doesn't expect anything good from you. It expect only a device from you. That's the thing. Next is its cost efficiency. You don't need to purchase any expensive hardware. You don't need to purchase PlayStations. You don't need to, I can say, rent anything. You just need to have, again, and device. Then third thing is it's provide you an instant play on the like low end devices as well. You don't need to install anything. You don't need to download anything. You can just stream and play it. Next is scalability. So this is the best part for developers like me who are game developers. So we have, you know, whenever we develop some game, we have a limitation that we can either develop it for mobile, or either develop it for Android or iOS, or either develop it for kind of, PC, or either it's a triple A game. So we get into that limitation that okay, we are going to develop for this or that. But because of cloud gaming, our audience is expanding. We have a broader audience, and with a broader audience, we can have good games in low end device as well. And we can also feel okay, yeah, our games can be played in low end devices, high end devices, and we don't need to think and have pressure about what device we should cover, or we can directly upload a game on server and can be streamed anywhere on the internet. So that's how it expands the audience of the gaming industry. Now, this is, you all heard about the, all the benefits about cloud gaming, but let's think of what can be the limitations of that. How can we cover the limitations? Maybe it's not that everything has, like cloud gaming is 100 on 100. Definitely, it has some latencies, it has some challenges, it has some limitations. And as technology evolves, limitations are always there, whether it's an AI or whether it's an kind of any other technology like digital twin. So, AI also has its limitations, similar to cloud gaming has its limitation. So first limitation is latency issue. So to have good cloud gaming streaming, you should always have a good internet. If you don't have a good internet, you would have a latency issue, and latency issue can frustrate you. It's similar to, just imagine you have a YouTube and you can use YouTube in any device, but you don't have a good internet. So your loading bar will go on and go and go, and you will get irritated. In that case, you are not watching that. You are just watching that. You are not interacting within the video. But if you don't have a high speed internet, you can get more frustrated because here you are playing the games, you are in the mid of the game, you have your game data, you have your game performance, and in the mid of that, you just have some internet issue and it gets frustrating. So this is the limitation which can cause human behavior, some changes in human behaviors. Next is, if you have a high speed internet, then the data consumption should be very high. You know, like you would be having, for example, if I'm playing a cloud game, then I should have a high speed internet and my data should be enough, more than enough to play that game. It should not be like I have a limitation of that. If I have a limitation of 10 GB or 20 GB, maybe I cannot play such, I cannot enjoy a game for a long time. But if I want to enjoy a game for a long time, I should have a high quality data consumption. So that's also a limitation, that it's about, one side is that you should have a good internet, and other side, if you don't have a good internet, then it will give you limitations. Okay, next is, like, as we are being evolving from cartridge to CDs to digital downloads, and now we are on the stage of the cloud gaming. So there are so many games which are left behind, and we cannot, have them in cloud gaming. So all, like, we cannot have all the gaming libraries within the cloud gaming. We can have some gaming libraries, but all cannot be possible. So this can be any limitations to the gamers who are, stuck with, who are in love with some kind of games and they want to play that games and that are not on cloud gaming. So they can be, they can be disappointed about this point. And next, very important point which I would be figuring out is, like, you are not having any hardware, like you are not downloading anything, you are not installing anything, you are just streaming. So here you don't have anything from your side. So your model would be working on a subscription model. You won't be having any kind of, I can say, offline thing or any kind of thing that you can store for lifetime in one pay. It would be something like you would have a subscription and you need to play over subscription. So it's something like that. You won't have any physical copies of that. So that's the limitation. Now, I would say, like, it's enough. I have explained enough about cloud gaming and like what's important in cloud gaming. And when you speak to someone else the next time, you can say that cloud gaming is what and what you have learned from cloud gaming. But have you ever heard about who are the major players in cloud gaming right now? So one of the big name which comes to my mind is Microsoft Xbox Cloud Gaming. So Microsoft Xbox is the, it's evolving day by day, and it is the one of the major cloud gaming player which is in the market. Then we have different players such as Sony, PlayStation, which have evolved with cloud gaming with their subscription model. Then we have Nvidia and other cloud gaming players, which I feel are more than enough to and motivate us to work on cloud gaming and motivate an audience to play on cloud gaming. That's all. Then we have market. So I would not speak much about market because it will come in the statistics topic, and like I'll give you a overview about market and how, what is the state of the market right now and how it's evolving. So I can tell you that, like, Microsoft and Xbox have been in partnership for 10 years to work on cloud gaming. And the estimation is about, 3.22 billion gamers globally who can play cloud gaming. So this is a huge number and a huge motivation for developers to work on cloud gaming and gamers to purchase and play the subscription model. So that's the thing, and let's not discuss more about status because I didn't remember that much statistics because it's all about numbers. So sorry. Then, um, I can say that, I have given a brief about, you know, statistics and numbers, and for more numbers I can provide some links which you can guys go through that, and you can have understanding about how the world is growing and how the market is growing and how it is affecting or impacting the lives of the people. So if like we make technology to improve the lifestyle of the people, similarly by the time technology is growing, it's improving the lifestyle of everyone. Since when we were, for example, when I was a kid, I had keypad mobile, but when I grow, I have some touchpad mobile. Then I grow, I have an iPhone. When then I grow, I have a tablet. Then I grow, I have an iPhone. That's it. That's the evolution of the devices. Similarly, when I had a keypad, I had a snack game in my, I can say, snake and bounce game in my keypad mobile. When I grow a bit, I had snake and ladder. When I grow a little bit, I had kind of fighting games in my devices. When I grow a little, I have Subway Surfers, Temple Run games. Now it's a time when I can play AAA games within my own device without changing that. So that's the thing, because usually gamers, or usually the people who love to play games, are the one who usually upgrade their devices regularly to play high-end games, because most of the time they get limitations that, oh, we are not able to play this game, or we are not able to play, like for example, I cannot play Valorant in this, but what if I had a cloud gaming, or if you had a cloud gaming, you would be able to play that easily without thinking for a second. So that's the best part. What I feel, I don't need to think about, I don't need to regret that I don't have a good hardware. And that's how industry is being evolving. And think about the imagination where we have a cloud gaming with AI, or cloud gaming with digital pen, or we can have cloud gaming with metaverse, NFT integration, and this grows on and grows on, and this gives us an opportunity to work on more evolution, to work on the more technology, and to work on the things which never which never existed, but after 10 years they can be something all important, like clothes, shelter, and food. So this is the thing which we can do with human intelligence and intellectuals, and with the process of working together. That's that's the important thing. So like, as you know, I have already given you some introduction, and I have given you some insights about that. So what do you think? According to the insights, and according to the research and development, and according to the market research, after 2028, or by 2028, we would have one third of the gaming market in the cloud gaming itself, because majorly areas like, if I look at the world, the areas like Europe have a rapid internet growth. So it's easy to for them to implement cloud gaming. Next is the America or North America. They have a good internet capacity. They have a good, audience to play the game. So they are easily able to implement the cloud gaming within their self, like within their lifestyle. And if we talk in terms of Asia, it's emerging, it's growing. So maybe by 2028, we can see that one third of the market of the gaming is in the cloud gaming itself. And it may evolve more after that. We never know. Just like AI grows, and one day the market ChatGPT comes and it booms the market. It would be similarly like that, I feel. So that's all. And I have a bit of summary about that. And before summary, I would like, if anybody has any kind of queries or any kind of questions, they can ask me. Then I would switch to summary.
All right. Definitely. Thank you for the wonderful topic that you have opened up in terms of cloud gaming, because right now, with the upgrade of technology, everybody's like uh raging into getting good great hardwares, but it's really pricey. We have here a question from Sandy. Are there any specific platforms or services you recommend for beginners in cloud gaming?
For beginners in cloud gaming, you can, I can say you could search for games which are there on internet, which are website streamed game, which can like kind of, I'll give you the example. The Smash Card is a kind of a cloud gaming game which you can search and you can have exploration about that. And once you go deep inside, then you will find that a lot of platforms are there which provide you cloud gaming. And if you want to just clear me that you want to learn about cloud gaming, how can we have cloud gaming? Or if you want to explore that, yeah, this is the way we should enter into as an audience, we should enter in the market of cloud gaming. If we want to enter as an audience, then I would suggest that you start with the website games which are hosted on the website and you look at them, how they are, and you just play and explore them. And if you want to work as a cloud gamer, if you want to develop something as a cloud gaming, then you probably have to look into the engines which you know and how they provide you to have cloud gaming.
Understood. So I hope that clears up your query, Sandy. All right. Any other attendees who have questions? You can put it in chat, definitely. Did you wish
Okay,
to ask?
so I would continue with my summary if questions are over.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, I would say that cloud gaming is the revolution, is the reshaping, and it's, a big, I can say the big thing which industry is evolving. It's not about cloud gaming. In future, we can have multiple things on cloud, and this gives us a power to eliminate hardwares from our lifestyle and give not, of course we cannot eliminate hardwares, but we can eliminate high-end hardwares, and we can use the servers instead. And this is the you can play anytime, just you need a high quality internet and a good data. That's all. Like, that's a big thing. And we have looked at how Microsoft, Nvidia, and other companies or big names are working on this, and I think we can work as well. So when the next time you tell someone about cloud gaming, I think you would be able to describe it in a good way, and you would be able to summarize that, okay, yeah, I have got some understanding of cloud gaming and you cannot fool them. You fool me now. So it's a funny thing. It's a like a funny line which I would like to say. It might not relate now, but after few months or after few years, when you watch this video, you would definitely relate this. So it's something like that. People used to, fight between Xbox and PlayStation, which works well. Now when two friends meet, they would say, do you have a good Wi-Fi to play the game? That's all we need. That's all from my side. Thank you.
All right. That's perfect.
And yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah. You're saying?
So I was saying that if anybody has any questions in terms of cloud gaming or in terms of game development or in terms of anything related to gaming industry, they can reach out to me over LinkedIn. I would be available and I would be always available to answer. Thanks.
That is fantastic. So there,
Yeah.
there you go. So two great topics in different areas was delivered today, and definitely it's the information might be overwhelming, but you can just rewatch the recorded session on our YouTube channel, which is Let Us Talk It. The same thing. It's spelled the same way. You can check it on Facebook and on LinkedIn as well. You can give us a follow, and make sure you send your connection invites and your messages to our guest speakers. For Akshali, you can just put her name there, Akshali Jain, on LinkedIn. Send her a connection invite, and she's very much approachable as well, and very responsive, same as Sir RJ. All right, so I guess that concludes the two topics that we have today. So don't forget to visit the profiles of our guest speaker today and share this recorded session. Definitely is very helpful. All right. So for those who are on e-commerce side or in commerce trading, follow Sir Arjulio. And for those who are on game development, and you can exchange ideas as well with Akshali. All right, so just connect with them on LinkedIn. All right, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today's talk in Let Us Talk It, and hope you join us again the same time next Wednesday, 12 noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, we will bring you two new topics and guest speakers as well to share their rich experience and expertise in their field of work and passion. All right, so this is Phil again from Let Us Talk It. Thank you so much, everyone. And we are closing today's webinar. Thank you so much, Sir RJ and Akali. Thank you for joining us today as guest speakers. And I would
Bye.
love to have you again in the future. All right. So take care, everyone. Keep safe as always. Goodbye for now.